All right, we are on air. We have a short, brief hangout with Nick. Actually, the hangout can go longer. I need to leave in about half an hour, but everybody else can stay. We have Gordon. Hey, Gordon, nice to see you. Have a nice
Good to see you guys.
video with nice background. Hey, Dan, I can see you. And hey, Will. And I invite Nick to channel, if you don't mind, and I invite to channel something easy and light. Pleiadians, Yahyel, Lyrans.
So far, there really hasn't been any light ones except Clover.
Yeah, Clover and
The only one
Sirians.
that's not too serious.
And I would even avoid anybody above 4th dimension. 4-dimensionals, easy going extraterrestrials would be welcome.
Okay. Let's see what I can do.
All right.
Greetings.
Hello.
I am Kenjin.
Kenjin, welcome.
Greetings.
Have we met before? I don't remember.
No, you have never met me.
Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Kenjin, King of Erra.
Oh, yes. Nick told me about you. It's an honor to be in your presence and to speak with you.
The honor is still mine, Maxim.
Do you know about us? How much do you know?
I know much. I am a human.
Oh, wow. Are you born on Erra?
No.
Have you been born on Earth? If you don't want to answer, that's fine. It sounds like it's not an easy answer.
It's not exactly something I'll talk about at the moment.
Is there anything you can say you want to say as an introduction, if you like?
Yes. I would like to let the people of Earth know that we are here to serve them.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
We appreciate what all of you are doing. This is why I have come today. Our entire planet is using Earth as an example. We are going through, as many of you know, a civil war in certain parts of our world. Most of these are coming to resolution, as are the battles on your planet.
Oh.
Everything that happens on Earth echoes in eternity. Therefore, every battle on Earth, every war on Earth is symbolic reflection of another similar event occurring elsewhere in the universe, because of the fact that Earth is now the epicenter of our universe.
I see.
All of us, as a universal collective, have chosen, because we have now When I say we, I mean all of the Federation of Worlds, all of the galactic federations,
Yes.
including all of the beings of Earth in their unconscious wishes, have all agreed that life on your planet deserves finally to move forward and rise again. We appreciate everything you do, how all of you turn darkness into light, how all of you turn your limitation into miraculous, infectious love. It is spreading like wildfire on your planet now, and much of it has to do with much of the work that your group is doing, and currently is doing, and will come. These are just the seeds of what you all are beginning to do.
What you say is very exciting. Yes, it's nice to be part of that.
Yes. Yes. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, tell us more about Erra.
Erra is a beautiful world. It's very diverse, as there's very diverse, very diverse. Though there are not as many species living on the planet, there are many different species coexisting on the planet. In conscious awareness, obviously. Human beings are also doing this on their planet, but they just tell themselves that they're always looking and talking to other humans. The reality is clear that most of you are not even really human in a sense that you've taught of the word as a child. Most of you are hybrids. Besides the fact that human being is a hybrid already, a 7-part hybrid. And the fact that each of you has been tweaked genetically, most of you, throughout each parallel coexisting reality that you stem into this earth. So you are superhumans in a sense, more so than even most other humans in the rest of the universe, the known universe. Yes, I have been to Earth.
Oh.
I will admit that I've been to Earth many times. I learned many things from many ascended masters who lived on Earth and during the times that I visited. Many of these were during the times of the samurai, in the age of the samurai.
In Japan?
Yes.
Huh. How much of Pleiadian blood infusion is in Japan? You don't have to answer if it is not easy. I want to discuss other things. It was just a question I had.
Yes, there is there are strong Pleiadian connections to Asian cultures. Yes.
Okay. What I wanted to discuss, which is the question which is really exciting for our community members of the human colony.
Yes.
Is the visits to the stars. People really are eager to visit the stars. We already have been...
Many of you have been to Utopia 5, you don't remember. I believe Utopia 5. That was the invitation from the Queen, right?
Yes, yes. People applied for you visit to Utopia 5, but...
Usually how it works, and this group can understand this and integrate these informations faster. When we invite you and you say yes, you're already there. Understand that. Wrap your mind around that concept. We invite, and we have, in a sense, a car waiting outside of your door. All you have to do is get in it. In a sense, all you have to do is say yes or yeah.
So, is there the same thing which you could organize with Erra or some other places?
At the moment, it is not safe for humans to travel astrally. We are in a quarantine. I have placed it upon the planet. There was times when there was no quarantine. Right now, and it is not like it was on Earth. It is simply to prevent any further confusion in the human psyche because of the fact that you are moving into the fourth dimension. There are a lot of planets that have been secured for your safety because in your dream state you can travel anywhere you imagine. Perhaps some of you are not ready to hear these truths. I sense a little unrest.
Oh, no, I just don't understand. So the quarantine is for astral travelers not to visit Erra, or for physical travelers?
Just as a precaution for now until the finalities of the treaties are completed, in a sense.
So the astral travelers are blocked from humans visiting Erra?
At the moment, yes. They can visit certain bases orbiting our planet, but coming on the surface, the colonies around our planet for the travelers are there that represent how our planet is on the surface. So you can still experience walking on Erra in your dreams for the moment, but it wouldn't actually be on the planet surface. You would actually be in a simulation.
Oh, I
see.
see.
That's not very different because of our technology. It connects cerebrally, and you would experience all the senses as if you were actually physically there.
Okay. What other invitations can we offer? For example, more formalized invitations of Pleiadians visiting humans on Earth astrally.
Pleiadians visiting Earth astrally?
Oh, what I mean is we can invite volunteers to submit the applications, and so far we didn't have.
Very simple. The more. Go ahead.
So we could invite volunteers to submit applications on the website for Errans to visit them, the human volunteers, in the state of dream or in a wake state.
Yes, yes, I understand what you're saying. I will put into place right now, and as I say it, it will begin working on and be ready in the now moment. I will decide that we will put much of our ships in orbit around your planet, and you can visit with us in your dreams, possibly in your waking state, if you can achieve that vibration, and we will be there. There will be a few colonies with few ships with Pleiadians, taller ones, a few shorter ones of different shades. There will be some reptilians. They are full, if that is what you so choose. The reptilians come mainly for their reptilian hybrid kin.
Yes.
It can be extremely difficult for a non-reptilian hybrid to understand a reptilian emotionally without infused DNA, although we already have the reptilian brain, but that in a sense that almost makes it more scary for most humans, because the reptilian brain is also where the fear center is. So without that extra balance of the infused DNA, the the furthering of deepening of the understanding of the emotional state of the reptoid being. It makes it much easier to communicate and not fear them.
Okay. So the colonies for astral visits, right? Or physical visits?
Both.
Oh, that is so exciting.
We will put 3 around the planet now.
The Earth planet.
Yes. There's no need to stretch your spirit across the galaxies if it's unnecessary.
I
It
understand.
can feel very heavy when you wake up if you travel too far away.
I understand, of course.
If you become aware that you have traveled far in your dreams, you will feel very heavy when you wake up.
And there are other reasons, yes.
Yes, there are reasons.
Yeah, having the colonies in the solar system makes perfect sense, yes. So, we are starting new colonies.
Yes,
Would it
we
be...
will sign treaties with Girk Fitneer if they so wish.
I didn't hear the word refine or fine.
I stated that if Girk Fitneer would require us to create some sort of treaties in this matter, we would be agreeable to this.
Excellent. So these colonies would be Errans and will be friendly with Girk Fitneer.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
That clarifies a lot.
All Errans.
Oh, that is a very desirable outcome, which I welcome.
You will know them by their white, gold, and red uniforms.
We'll know Errans by their white, red, and gold uniforms.
This is what they will be wearing on the colonies, so you can tell whether you have been to one of ours or one of Girk Fitneer's.
I understand. Wonderful. That is a great news, yes. I'm switching the topic. Oh, actually, is there anything else we need to discuss in that matter?
I sense there is much fear of the reptilians on this planet, and it is unnecessary. We are not in civil wars because of reptilians. We are more in civil wars because certain groups of Pleiadians and other species don't seem to be able to come to terms with them because they are not as open. Reptilians are highly evolved beings, but they are highly primal. It takes a very light and careful touch to be able to understand and to gain a positive reaction out of any interaction with them. You must tread lightly but carry a big stick.
I see.
They can get a little aggressive, but they are not dangerous. They only fight when they are protecting their den. They do not... People on this planet seem to believe that the reptilians forced humans to send sacrifices. Human beings fed the reptilians because they believed them to be gods, not because the reptilians did everything they could to not be remembered this way. This is why they changed the face of the Sphinx. They didn't want to be looked at as gods. They wanted to be looked at as men. But power can corrupt even the highly evolved souls. I have learned much from the mistreatment of different races on Earth. This is why I have been crowned King of Erra, because of my extensive experience of dealing with corruption and racism on your planet and observing it for a long time and interacting with it. The Americans could learn very much from the Asian cultures, Asian countries, Asian peoples, and they also can learn much from the West. These two superpowers on your planet must unite in order to create a future. If they do not unite, you will destroy the world. There's too much ego involved. It needs to be stepped on, and they need to hug.
Yes.
I must go shortly.
Oh. Have you met my children?
Your children.
The hybrid children.
I meet many children, hybrid children. I attempt to meet with all of them if I can. So yes, I do believe I have, yes.
Okay. Thank you. I guess I will open the questions. Please, I don't know how many questions we can take, but if anybody wants to ask Kenjin, you're welcome. Unmute your microphones and speak.
Kenjin.
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 Anybody? I can't hear you. Gordon?
Yeah, I have a
Yes.
question about the reptilians.
Yes.
When I was talking to Treb about a week or so ago, he said there was a group of reptilians that preceded the Anunnaki, and I'm not really sure what he meant by that. Do you know anything about that?
These details are very touchy in the sense that there is so much information stored and hidden about these ideas, these histories on your planet, and some of it must be uncovered naturally.
Right.
By your paleontologists, archaeologists, Egyptologists. Your archaeologists are finding so many things now. But your question asks if there were reptilians before the Anunnaki. It really depends on how you look at it. There are many stories and many ways to try to explain these concepts, but I would say that that is incorrect.
Okay.
I would say that the Anunnaki created the reptilians.
And they were before the dinosaurs?
You have to understand, when conscious life is sparked in a planet, on a planet, we can sense it, the Federation of Worlds, and we make decisions about what we should do. It's similar to a bud popping out of a desert. So once that happens, we enhance it, we fertilize it, we water it, and feed it lots of radiation from the sun. and we use ourselves, and we decide who will get a chance, who will plant their garden on this world, in a sense. The Anunnaki were these are very, there's many timelines that people look back into and see different things. You have to understand that. And
Yes,
it depends on what dimensionality, what dimensional mentality they are in. If they are looking for things, they will find them. If they are looking for reasons, they will give them those reasons automatically. You have to understand that the deeper you dig, the more you'll find.
Mm-hmm.
But that's in the past, so it's not... It will turn up. Sometimes it's good to go back in order to move forward, but human beings have been looking back for forever instead of looking forward. Now, in this Western society, in this whole world that you live in now, it's done with the lies of the past. They want to dig up the truths. So the truth of the matter is the Anunnaki brought the Reptilians here. And that's all I will say.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. I can take one other question for now.
Gordon, I can hear you. Hello? You try to unmute yourself. Gordon? I guess I will ask a question. So my question was, the Russia and Europe, you have that a very interesting, a very profound view on the politics. Can you give any insights here? What are the developments here and what can be done?
I have just recently been focusing more on Earth, so I'm not clear on all the details. I have been watching for a long time, but there's been much going on my planet where I've been focusing my consciousness. I do see the tensions growing, but I also see beneath the surface issues being resolved on lower levels that can in turn support the peace talks more. At this time in your world, nobody wants war. And those who do are being pushed away. They will not be humored any longer. The governments on your planet have no choice but to follow what you all are setting an example for. They are no longer going to snuff the truth out. They cannot. It is too widespread now. The web of consciousness that connects the planet, which you can refer to as the internet, but has always been referred to as the physical mind of your planet.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize. There is some thing happening on your planet at the moment. There is going to be a small skirmish which will resolve a war that will never happen because of this.
I see.
It is happening in South Korea,
Ah,
and why do the Russians, why do you, never, okay. I must leave you. I
thank
pray
you.
to all of you. I pray for your whole world. My world is here helping you. We are guarding you. Our colonies are here now. They have arrived. We await Girk Fitneer's transmission of permission.
Excellent. Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you.
And I will do a commercial. So thank you, Nick. Nick is started channel maybe a week or 2 weeks ago, and he invites, he accepts invitations for the private sessions, and he has now a discount, $33 per 45 minutes. He's accessible through telephone and Skype, and you can find his coordinates on humancolony.org. And join us at humancolony.org and watch our announcements for new webinars. Some of these are scheduled and some of these are spontaneous. The scheduled ones, we have 2 webinars on Saturday, and come to humancolony.org and see them there. We're a nice community of light workers. We just got expanded from 1 channeler to 5 channelers.
Yeah, how did that happen?
Just in about 10 days, we have people just started channeling with us.
You know what this is, man? This is the first mystery school of America.
Of the world.
No, well, they used to have them in, the last one was in, might have been in Rome. I don't remember. Or it was in Greece, I think.
Ah,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that you are teaching the whole world.
Yeah. It's the International Mystery School of Terra. Of Gaia.
Terra. Of Gaia, Terra, Gaia.
Yeah, I'm not calling it Terra anymore because that's my ex-girlfriend.
Oh, you divorced from the Earth, huh?
Yeah.
So I was talking. Oh yeah, you can find us on Facebook. Our Facebook becomes quite active, and you search for abbreviated human colony, which is Hucolo, Hucolo. And also, the fastest way to find out about our coming up webinars and spontaneous webinars is to join us on Google+. It's again Human Colony, and you can link from this video to our Google Plus account. I will step out in a few minutes, but I will keep the broadcast on, so you're live on air, and please be responsible. Keep the stuff here because editing it out is really difficult. So you're live; it will be recorded. People are watching it. 6 viewers, hello viewers, are watching us now, and a few more hundreds will be watching us in within a few days. About 100 within a few days, and about 3 more hundred within maybe a month. And I open the floor for the discussion.
Yeah, man. Has anyone seen anything in the recent weeks with their eyes?
Every day I walk outside and I expect to see a UFO, and I don't see a UFO. So for me, it's like miracle every day.
Like,
Yeah, sorry.
I see
I
like
saw
flocks of
just
birds.
recently.
And they look like ships.
I saw one that looked like warm, black, and it was just wiggling like this and slowly moving into distance.
That's fun.
I saw those on YouTube videos. That's very interesting. Yeah, I wonder if it is alive, if it is a technological thing, if it is just a bending of the space, or is it really bending physically? I don't know. It can be either.
I first thought it was helicopter, but while watching it for a quite long time, it didn't appear like that and didn't make any sound either.
Yeah, they don't make any sounds usually.
And another that was maybe 3 weeks ago. I was not sure about that, but now I think I am. Was really slowly floating aeroplane, and big one. You know, it was very close, and there was another airplane going right behind it, which was very small, and it was faster than that. And then it disappeared behind a tree for me. And I saw it with my friend who is skeptical, but he was the one who said, "Oh man, this is UFO."
Nice. I have an announcement. I need to do an announcement. So we just got a historic event. Until now, we have been invited to submit applications to Girk Fitneer colonies. Girk Fitneer is the alliance of Yahyel, Arcturians, Pleiadians, Lyrans, and friendly Reptilians. Now, second was invitation of Queen of the planet Utopia 5 and Andromeda.
Ori?
Yeah, Queen Erra of the Utopia 5 and Andromeda Galaxy. And next invitation was to submit your DNA for hybridization, producing new children by Girk Fitneer, new hybrid children. And next invitation, which we didn't formalize yet, but it was for adults to invite a specific alien species to infuse them with their DNA. And right now, Girk Fitneer is leading that invitation. So you have to choose. You may choose between Lyrans, Pleiadians, Yahyel, Arcturians, and Reptilians, and make an informed choice. Don't jump in that without thinking much. So we need to research a little more.
Yeah, it's like no side effects.
Yeah, you cannot take it out. If they infuse you with
Draconian is not fun. Don't have any, please.
Which ones?
Draconian.
Oh, yeah, Nick has Draconian.
I don't think really people are supposed to have that, so.
All right, and finally now we got an invitation from Kenjin, the king of Erra, the planet in Pleiades, and on the star 𝗪𝗪𝗕𝗓, to join their colonies, which they're creating right now on our orbit. 3 ships, 3 colonies. They're accepting applications for astral visits and physical visits. It's not formalized yet. It just happened right now, a few minutes ago, in our reality. But I will show you how to apply anyway. You can apply first, and then you will be considered. I don't know. They probably will do it very differently than Yahyel do that. So it could be. We don't know how it will happen. So I will show you how to apply. So you go to. I'm starting screen share. You go to humancolony.org, and there on left you find the menu which is apply. I'll zoom it in. Hopefully, zoom it in. Yes, apply area here, and there is a portal, unique first portal in the internet where you can apply to aliens. You can do it in your prayer, but we found that they really have trouble. There is so much noise. They have trouble listening to human mental messages and prayers. When you type it in, it's much better. So you can type and paste your application here. It can be very short. The shortest one we received so far was okay, and another one was yes. But you can type an application, and typical application: I'm such and such. I love you. I can contribute that. My qualifications are that. I am good. I am not stupid, and I'm committed, and the blah blah blah. And these are the reasons why I'm good. It's like job application. And typically, these are short visits, up to 2 weeks. And on Earth, you might be absent. And for the current colonies, you're absent only for minutes, and then you come back. So you So you can submit it here, but also you can submit it through sending email sign up to go@gmail.com. So I need to explain. It doesn't go directly to the aliens. It stays here on Earth, but they can access. So it is just a Gmail account, and this application goes to a Gmail account, and actually they are forwarded to me as well. I don't read much of them, but I just keep an eye on what is there. And the aliens just check the Gmail account. They have the technologies, obviously, to do that. And sometimes they pay a lot of attention, and sometimes they kind of skip that. So if you are more confident and more committed in your application, it will have more weight. So far, people applied and they were expected to be taken within minutes or days, and nothing happens, and people become disappointed. Don't be disappointed. It's for Girk Fitneer, it is a slow process, but some people have been taken. We know that. That is about it. So that's where you can submit the application. Sign up to go@gmail.com. You can write anything you like to them, and tell to who you write and what to apply for. And invite the discussion.
Hi, Max.
Hey, Sephira. Nice lighting you have today.
Thank you. I got your message late with the email. I didn't see it till just now. So.
We just got an invitation from Pleiadians. They are creating new human colonies on the orbit. Hooray.
Oh, awesome. Yes. For people who are just telepathic or anybody?
Everyone.
They didn't tell.
He said I'm pretty sure he said everyone.
Yeah, I think it's everyone.
Okay, here's the thing. I was told by Lakesh that I could travel, you know, with my age and my health situation, I could travel dimensionally, but not vibrationally. He said that, like going up, or wherever we go, being taken onto a ship is a vibrational transportation. But
they can also, in a sense, just like in the colonies, they can park them on the planet and you don't realize you're in them.
They could, can you say that again?
The colonies can change what they look like. Oh God, it's this girl again.
Hi.
I can't handle it.
Zinaida, hello, welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so
Nick,
you were
you
saying,
were saying something, yes.
yeah.
If I don't get that program, I'm going to be upset.
Please stay focused. So you were saying about the colonies being parked on Earth.
Yes, they can park on Earth in a sense. Okay, this is how they do it. They'll park somewhere, and then they'll bring you into the dimension. You think you're just living a normal day, but you end up going somewhere else that you don't normally go. And the whole thing is you going to the colonies and talking about it, but in reality, you'll think you're just going into a store and buying something, but you have to realize that you're doing other things. You're in the colony, in a sense, physically.
But like 10 minutes Earth time is like 2 weeks their time, right?
Yeah,
so that would be a very long shopping trip.
You feel like something strange. All of a sudden, you might shift in your whole dimension and realize you're in the colonies, but you're still on Earth because it. Okay.
Yeah, I would. That would be awesome. I don't really care if they park on Earth and take
really
you there.
Scary at first. The first time you start realizing that it is actually happening to you right that minute.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, everything is different, and nothing.
Yeah.
You can never go back. You realize that it's real. And then there's no going back from that. No, everyone in the planet can call you crazy. You won't care because you know what's true.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what anyone says because you actually know the truth, and there's no doubt left because you've touched it. You know.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, you know, my son applied. He's 22, and that's what he needs. He needs something tangible because he's skeptical, you know. He wants it so bad.
People that come around me are getting healed, and like this girl, she said her bladder's hurting. I said, if you come over my house, I guarantee you won't feel it anymore. Within 20 minutes of her being at my house, and she's like, this is a serious thing that always happens to her, and she's like, I don't feel it at all. I didn't even do any Reiki.
Yeah.
What did you do?
I just pull everyone's pain. I'm the Ark of the Covenant, man. That's my job. It hurts a little bit, but I just push it, turn it into love.
Okay, Nick, you know, one of the questions I wanted to ask, had you still been channeling, was this. I'm sure I have the power in my mind. Like, I wanted to ask the ETs to give me new teeth. That would be number one. Grow back my hair. Grow back the hair I lost after my kids were born. And lose.
Have a lot of energy in them, you know that.
Sorry?
Your teeth are crystals.
Yeah.
But they're your crystals.
Yeah.
You use them to communicate with them.
So I need my teeth, right? I know. I don't want to get dentures.
They can hear that very easily. These are communication. In a sense, these are they're crystals that you're tapping together, and it's making Morse code in a sense that is telepathic.
Okay, so I wanted to ask them, do we as
to them? It's the intention.
Really?
If you intend to send it to them, if you think about whoever you want to have it, they already are receiving it. You don't have to do anything else. Bashar already talks about that all the time. You already have all the impact you can have. It's just a matter of looking through the eyes to see how much the impact is. You're looking at it in a different way, so then automatically your universe gives more impact from you by the more you following your excitement. And not having expectations, because the expectations always will not happen.
Okay, so if I decide to
never come out the way you want it to. It's never up to you.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey Nick, I will mute you.
thought?
Nick, I muted you for a second. You just interrupt too often. I will unmute you again. Hey Nick.
Nick, I just wanted to ask the ETs, do I have the power, do each of us have the power in our minds to heal, to like repair our own teeth or, you know, grow back our hair, whatever external things we need?
I'm pretty sure we can grow back our teeth. Max, we were talking about this the other day.
Yes, I asked just do if technically they're capable of that. They said technically yes.
Yes, humans can do it.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if I could do it myself.
Well, if everyone found out that they could just grow their teeth back with a little light procedure, dentists would be out of a job.
I'm sure that's true.
And they're mostly reptilians.
Yeah.
They don't want to lose their jobs.
Yeah. So you were saying we can use our teeth.
I understand how it's all connected, man.
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
so
want
awesome.
you to know that yet because they still need money for the moment.
Sure, sure.
The same reason why weed's not legal in this country.
Yeah.
Because I don't know exactly why. They know that. I don't know. Maybe the
that's a great question. So at some point, nicotine was very popular because nicotine makes people work harder. And the weed is the other way around. It makes people so relaxed they don't work hard. And that's why society doesn't want that.
There is organic cigarettes, though, which means they're not hybridized with pesticides from the beginning. And they don't have added chemicals. They have a couple, things, but they're all natural.
Winston is one of those brands, aside from the Native American.
Something interesting, my spirit guide actually told me about Bashar, and she said Bashar says this, and it deals with, smoking marijuana or a lot of just, natural substances, but she said, and she quoted Bashar saying that Bashar says if you can place or create the intent, you can recreate the intent that marijuana or similar drugs give you just by knowing the intent and recreating in your mind, and then you don't need the substance anymore, essentially.
Yep.
Cool.
That's supposedly what happens.
Yeah, it's called being addicted to meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a natural high, I guess,
I'm so addicted to meditation I can't really function without meditating twice a day. So it makes me kind of refresh, start over. Basically, noon or 1 p.m. I become exhausted, and I kind of have my meditation, and it's like again in the morning I'm fresh. I can do new things. So I have 2 resets during the day. And if I travel, I will just stop the car, park it on the gas station or somewhere, and lay down, put my blinds, no, the mask, put my noise blocking headphones, and turn myself off for 24 minutes plus minus. And even if I'm at somewhere else, I have to go out, get in the car, lock myself, maybe get the ventilation going, and meditate. Of course, you need a protected environment to meditate. At least I need a protected environment. But I'm so addicted to that.
That's a good thing to be addicted to, I think.
Yeah, I think the Tibetan Buddhist monks have known that for a long time, and we're just kind of catching on.
Yeah, Dalai Lama said once that you guys can meditate in quiet environment, but what's good about Tibetan monks, they can meditate in the middle of New York Street, full of people. They can get completely out of the reality and meditate. For me, it's close to impossible, but I'm learning.
I think you saw that physically in the historic event with the Tibetan Buddhist monk walking up to the tank, and then them actually being able to light themselves on fire because of such mental fortitude, to where they could just mentally overcome any physical pain. And I was just
he survive that?
I don't know if he might have survived. I don't know exactly, but to me it was just a huge message that shows how much truly mind over matter is truly the dominant matrix, and we just focus so much on physical pain because it's so eminent and you feel it. But when you can truly tap into just purely letting go of all ego and essentially all pain, you see these Tibetan monks achieve these incredible acts, of enlightenment.
There was a nice video, a documentary about I think it was in Philippines, the Philippines traditional healer. So he was doing some miracles on camera, and one of those was repeatedly to light up the paper. So he would concentrate the energy.
Yeah.
And
I saw that.
sense kind of Reiki, and it would the newspaper would light up, fire up, and then also he could take a chopstick, and then just using his mental energy, he would put it through a thick piece of wood on the table. And when he did that for the camera, things went wrong, and a piece of stick, he kind of broke it, and piece of stick flew and spilled a little bit of blood from one of the Westerners who was watching that. And he was then punished, and he was, his guides, spirit guides came, and they said, we gave you that wisdom with the condition you can't spill blood with it. And since you did it, you have to go back to the forest and repeat your training. So he went and basically disappeared from the civilization for some time. Mm-hmm. So that was an amazing story, and I guess I can find the link. Maybe I can find the link. I will post it under, I guess.
There's just a really famous. That shows you kind of the tough love that comes with the powers that we start to achieve. But a really famous gentleman who I found that has been kind of just very well known in popular mainstream news is this gentleman. Nick probably knows him, Uri Geller, and there's actually documented. I think it's Stanford or Berkeley. Blind studies done with Uri Geller, and I have a link, and it's all these videos done of actual top physicists, top scientists at Berkeley doing all the psychic type tests you can think of, from the metal ball trick to guessing where the water is, to actually putting a hand over the compass, showing energy, actually moving the compass. He can, and his main trick that he's known for is he actually can then physically bend spoons. And he actually shows just using his energy, tapping and slowly feeling the energy of the spoon, feeling the energy of the spoon, and I guess talking to the first density form, like in the raw teachings they speak to with building pyramids and things of that nature. But he just talks to the materials of the spoon and just slowly just starts bending before it just looks, completely, utterly, no doubt whatsoever that he bent it.
Switching back to the topic of the colonies. In the colonies, they have something of that sort. They have meditations, guided meditations by the aliens. They practice telepathy, and they practice things like using replicators. When you use a replicator, you do things of that sort. You have to do a meditation, and the replicator is a conscious machine which you communicate with to produce the results. So some sort of telepathy is involved. You have to be linked to the communicator, and these communicators are designed in a way that they cannot be misused. They are conscious to the way that if somebody touches it who is not supposed to, they wouldn't be able to produce anything. And because it's so powerful, like it's much more powerful than a microwave, it can harm people. So it takes some intelligence and training to do that right. So people with talents to use replicators are doing that. They say replicators look like brass cones, pretty different sizes, and they can produce. They can replicate things, or they can produce things. So basically, can synthesize things from thin air.
Yeah.
I invite discussion of the colonies. What do you think the colonies should do? If you go to the colonies, what would you propose to the extraterrestrials? Asking for health is great, for health improvements. I guess the first thing to ask is to help with telepathy and channeling. Second thing to ask for languages and knowledge, download of knowledge. And then the possibilities are, they're looking for global thinking, obviously. They're looking for global thinking. So,
I mean, in my mind, it's bringing disclosure, in a finesseful, peaceful way, the quickest possible. And how can we achieve through all these different mediums disclosure faster? Because essentially, once disclosure happens, it can remedy, all problems that are man-made.
I agree.
Hey Max, I came in and you were just finished with a new announcement. We can apply for new colonies. Was that the announcement I missed?
Yes. Erran, the king of Erra, Kenjin, just made a decision. We suggested that we want to go, and first he was thinking, to Erra going is not feasible. Going to Erran orbit is possible, but why to go that far? How about we go to our own orbit? And they have ships around, so they said ships already arrived, and they are starting the negotiations with Girk Fitneer to start new colonies. So that is done deal. We are invited.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I also heard through somebody that her embryo, which was taken a few weeks ago when we all applied, and which we heard recently from Lakesh that nothing's been done yet, but she got the news through a channeling that her embryo is already in, her egg is already in embryo stage. So I wonder if other people have also their hybrid kids starting. Yeah.
That would be great.
I have a question Nick might know that is
just a second. I will hold your thought. You remember your question. I wanted to comment. It's important that the speed they control the speed, the time of growing of the embryo. They can grow about 20 to 50 times faster. They control the speed. So the whole time between the conception and the birth can be weeks. Yes, Gordon, you wanted to say something?
Well, just something interesting that I saw in one of the Bashar sessions was a woman asked Bashar, she comes to the stage and she asks Bashar about the 13 humans who have had extended stays on extraterrestrial crafts or...
I remember that, yes.
And Bashar has this incredible kind of breakthrough and says, yes, this is a very important connection you're making because they are actually connected to the crystal skulls which are placed around the world. And because you have asked this question, you have allowed the Essassani ship to descend now to 1,977 miles, I believe he said. So from my understanding, it was kind of implied that as we start to find out more ways to become consciously aware, to where we're not being, to where they are not infringing on our free will, therefore that should accelerate disclosure for us. I'm just curious if that's correct, as we start to discover things of that nature, such as the crystal skull and very spiritual and very macro important things, that should accelerate disclosure in my mind, but I'm not 100%. I just am kind of putting one and one together.
Well, yeah, in a sense, what channeling is with the people I channel apparently is how the government's letting disclosure happen.
Okay.
So
Can
this
you
is
explain
the
it?
first stage, phase 1. Phase 1, ground team, go.
Okay.
We are working for the government in a sense.
Of course.
I
If
get
it's
it.
on YouTube and they don't delete it, they want it there.
Yes, yeah, that's my sense as well. Except the government is such a mess, you know.
Well, it's not the government. I say government. It's
It's not the government.
the world order.
Yeah, the world order. Even the world order is a mess.
Yeah, yeah. The Dragon King was pretty pissed off with them.
The colonies. Let's keep the topic of the colonies. I
I
think
him
it's
come through because he's enraged, and he stays like that for a long time. It's not he just reacts to the hate very strongly.
Let's keep the topic of the colonies flowing.
Yeah.
That's exciting topic, and I think so. My understanding is that the colonies could play a great role in disclosure and the contact and what happens after the contact. Basically, the contact is already happening in the colonies.
We already are going. We already are. We're just at the beginning stages. I've been told by multiple sources, and in my session with Jim, my spirit guide has pretty much already said, "You guys have already started. It's going to happen. We're just affirming it with our physical actions now." And we have to always understand time is only linear in third density, but they already know basically that we're on track, and they're just basically saying, "Keep it up. We can't tell you, but keep it up. You're going to do good." It's like watching a game when you already know who's going to win the game.
Yeah, it feels like that every day now.
Yeah, but we still call them synchronicities, but it's like, no, we're just being guided because they already know.
Yeah, we already know we're talking to them.
Yeah.
All the time. They're never not there. They're always... Think about it. We are their television show.
Yeah. No, they said that. It's like, Vishar's like, you're watching 260 million people are with me.
Yeah.
So their whole planets are watching.
Yeah, all of them are. They're all watching now.
It's the Truman Show in a very surreal way.
I always felt like Truman, dude. What the hell?
So, if you come to the colonies, what will you do?
Well, I would hope for some kind of I think I pretty much have a worldview, because for the last 35 years I've been sort of learning about having a worldview and taking responsibility on that level.
Specifically, what would you do there? You would come there, you would have limited number of actions. What will you propose? What will you do?
So what I mean by that is it would be nice if they could give each person a virtual tour of a worldview, how they see the world, how political structures work, how could we open our hearts, because if telepathy is in our heart and fourth dimension is more heart-centered, in order to care, when we come back about either the environmental issues or whatever. So training, education and training, I would hope to
you would
receive.
ask for something, or you would give something? I mean, so far what you pronounce is asking for something.
Well, it's not asking, it's asking for their sake and for our sake, so that we become people who can come back and be effective. So it's not asking for me, it's asking for me for the world, it's asking for me for them, it's asking for me. The
proposals have to be structured. They can approve only specific proposals. What specific proposals can you offer them?
I actually have a list of proposals, if you want, or initiatives, if you want me to list off some.
Of course. Please, let's discuss them one by one.
Okay. I have the Earth Peace Treaty, which they're already working on, which is demilitarize and disarm all nuclear weaponry on Earth.
Who would be
We
doing that?
really want this done fast.
Yeah.
How would you propose that? Who would be doing that?
It it would have to be what? What are they called? What's that whole world thing called?
United Nations?
Yeah, them.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna have to. United Nations is gonna have to change their name in a sense, and change their attitude.
Okay. The aliens still have hands-off policy. They can do diplomatic actions. They would be kind of diplomatic representatives. They cannot tell humans what to do. So if they propose to aliens to disarm the Earth, they will say, we are not, we have a still non-involvement policy. We are only sending representatives. So what? That's the end of the story. I'm sorry, it's not something. I know the answer basically. You can argue, but I know the answer.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, it's kind of a double-edged sword because we can do aspects on our end, but I'm just trying to say, like I said in the initial statement, if disclosure happens, then the disarming of all nuclear weaponry, they've already done that just behind the scenes, and they've done it only to when there's a threshold to where it's actually going to harm our consciousness grid or things that are a much bigger concern. So if disclosure happens, then it's like, listen, guys, you don't have a choice. The weaponry they have are 10 times more powerful than anything we can even think of imagining. So just get rid of your nuclear weapons. It's pointless. You fought a losing battle for too long. It's a battle of just fear.
All right. Let me clarify the question. I say what you propose at the colonies. You come to Pleiadian colony. What you propose them? They say, let's do disarmament. They say, it's very nice, but that's your human affair. We can only stand by and act only if it can destroy the whole Earth. If it doesn't, we have to comply and not to be involved. So that's the end of the conversation.
I have a suggestion for the colony.
Yes.
What about trading knowledge of like plants and herbs and different trees from around Earth, and kind of helping people understand about them a little bit better? Because they all have a lot of healing properties that we just
okay. So basically, I understand exchanging plants and animals and genomes and stuff. Actually, those both suggestions can be converted into something tangible which they can approve, is creating committees of humans and aliens doing plans for the future. And kind of thinking that through and developing the proposal. They can create a committee, that's what they can do. They cannot make a decision to stop disarm the Earth, because it will be a disaster, but they can make a decision to create a committee, and you can be sitting face-to-face discussing with the aliens what can be done. Same thing with the Earth and plants. I'm pretty sure they already have a great collection of that, but humans weren't involved in that. At least positive humans, Lightworkers weren't involved in that, and regular people. So that's a good suggestion.
Yeah, I mean, I think for creating longevity, I 100% agree. There need to be councils, committees that have perspectives from outside and on planet Earth perspective, from humans and outside. I don't know exactly the free will aspects, but yes, I think there should be committees for all these different things, structured in a much more efficient way than like Congress or anything we currently have decided to do.
Yes, typically those committees are small, 3, 7, 9 people. And typically they're, in Girk Fitneer they're very structured. They certainly know if they want equal number of representatives or certain number of representatives bigger than others, and who is controlling that. They're kind of very strict with that, and they have certain rules. And they're way more efficient in one way because they are telepathic, their connection is super fast. But they're very inefficient in another way because their bureaucracy is so huge. But even their bureaucracy can make decisions. So, and typically decisions, you're not ready. Arcturians basically process all of that above, and then within minutes or days they discuss that, and they say, yeah, your suggestion, your plan is not safe. You have to keep improving it. Yes, that's how the whole thing works. Yes, It's a big bureaucracy, but it's pretty efficient bureaucracy.
I mean, I'd hope so. The scale they have is incredibly larger than what we've had to manage.
Yeah, and
I'm sure it's extremely efficient.
Involves different dimensions, different timelines, different God consciousnesses, and things of that sort. So if you come to the colony, what else would you propose? Yes, the people who work on plants, basically a lot of ecologists come from different planets and they do collection of samples. So humans, so that's official now. We want to be involved with that. It's our planet. We want to be involved in collection and distribution of our genetic material, of our natural plants and life on Earth. So in the colonies, we would love to join that. And actually, when the contact happens, open contact happens, that would be one of the first initiatives which you can do on Earth, and it is very very straightforward. Very straightforward. Yes.
So,
go ahead.
If the royalty in England and many world leaders are reptilian, as it's proposed, then maybe it's going to sound a little crazy, but maybe they can take some of us and shapeshift us and let us become the world leaders who can bring that kind of disarmament and peace, instead of just waiting 50 years to change the minds of those who want power and not get to give it up.
I don't get it. I don't get it. What are you saying? Shapeshift us into
the
reptilians?
If a lot of the royalty and leadership in the world are reptilians, why can't they put their own people in leadership positions who can make decisions?
They usually only trust politicians that are reptilian hybrids. First of all.
Who's they? Who's they only trust?
The older ones.
You mean the politicians and the royalty?
Yeah.
They only trust other reptilians.
Well, they trust human reptilian hybrids.
Right.
Because you can't, like, I don't know if I was talking about it or it was channeled or something, about, I don't know, now I already forgot.
It makes sense, yes. I mean, that's a structure where bloodlines count. David Icke tells everything about it.
Yeah, and that's why they don't mind if you just they don't want to control you, but you won't understand, you can't relate to them. You can't relate to them unless you have extra, because the only part we have really of them is the reptilian brain still. And a lot of other things, not really, everything's really similar, honestly. But besides our skin and our hair.
So you suggest, Saphira, to get somehow modified into leaders, world leaders, and be placed. So I think some of that is possible. Even reptilians would like to play with that idea. If you want to become their agent and work with them to make, that's one possible deal. But I don't think Pleiadians and Girk Fitneer would appreciate that. But
I think
some of the forces would allow that.
Yeah, but you have to understand that the reptilians have more jurisdiction over Earth than anyone else besides humanity.
I agree.
They are humanity. You don't understand who they are.
I agree. Yes.
They're just as much rights here as we do. Girk Fitneer has no right to tell them really anything. They stop attacks, but they can't prevent anything because they're not criminals. They're just humans.
But there's a faction of them who have taken over, how they want the world to be. It's obviously not working.
They do the attacks for a reason. They do them for a positive reason.
All right, Nick, you're in charge. I have to step out for 20 minutes. Don't interrupt always. Interrupt maybe 50% of the time. Keep it going. If you want to stop it. I will shut it down later. I'm stepping away for 20 minutes.
Okay, bye, Max. Thank you.
Oh, I have to go.
Since I will come back.
It's already getting late for me. I've been staying. I can't sleep. I'm like that mutant kid from X-Men that just changes the channels with his eyes.
It's all right, man. I mean, I don't want to. I think we all can appreciate Nick's service, and I think he has kind of the most say-so in the sense of his energy levels. So I'm more than happy to say my goodbyes now as well, and I think
Yeah.
Nick should get some shut-eye. So I'm going to say my goodbyes, but I really do love interacting with all you guys, and I think we have a lot of really interesting creative initiatives that are going to be happening, and I think it's exciting. We're making incredible progress very fast. I mean, to find out that we already have 4 channelers now, or 5, is pretty amazing. So I'm excited and looking forward to keep doing this with all of you.
Thanks, Gordon.
Pretty sick, man.
Namaste.
Okay, bye, Nick. Bye, Gordon. Bye, everybody. Bye, Caitlin.
Bye.
And
Nice one. Thanks, Nick.
everybody else.
No
Go on,
problem.
love
See you
and
guys
light.
later.
Thank
All
you.
right.
All.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, I tried to go on that website. Didn't work.
Oh, really? No, there is a free avatars. You know, just type the search a free download free avatars.
Take care of your health.
Yeah.
I just find out today that you can download in a website on for your computer, for your whatever, you know.
Free avatars for webcam or something.
Yeah.
And that moves with your face from your camera, right?
It's a 3D one. They have 3D, I think.
Oh, free 3D avatars.
Yeah.
Nick,
Because
may I
mine
ask you
comes
a
with
question?
a webcam. It's like webcam central. So it comes with the tail.
Nick, you said that you channel almost all the time. Is it true now?
Yeah, I'm kind of always in a channel. I've always been. So, because I already know that I'm channeling this life. So, once you know that, it gets a little weird. It just like things just are too connected.
Yes.
So you start getting a little. Well, sometimes I feel like. Have you ever seen the new Superman movie, Man of Steel?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
No, I don't know. There's just like Superman can hear everything at once, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's just because he's just hearing all the thoughts because everybody shares one mind.
I see.
He's not. He's here. He can hear all the thoughts of the world, and that's kind of like what happens when you realize that everything is connected and you are just the center of the universe projecting out your personal individuated version of it. And then you can do whatever you want in a way. Because then there's no real rules except to yourself. You know, the only person you're responsible to is yourself at the end of the day. If you can tell yourself at the end of the day that you were a good person and you did nothing but try to do good all day, then you are becoming ascended, or already are. If you can maintain happy vibration all day, no matter what occurs, no matter what craziness, if you can be crazier than all the struggles, crazy enough to be happy, I mean, you can get through anything. You can move mountains once you've achieved that state of being. If you can remain in it for a day, that's awesome. 2 days is amazing. A week, impossible for at least, you know, it's going to be hard to stay like that for a week for most people. But your life will change so rapidly, that's why it's so challenging to stay happy when you follow the synchronicities.
Yeah.
If you really want to move to your highest version of yourself, you have to do it now. You don't wait at all. The only reason I started channeling this way and not hiding anymore is because I finally just stopped arguing with the spirits. They've been pestering me since I was a freaking kid, man. I've been speaking to ghosts since I was born. It's kind of normal. It's just normal. Cemeteries are the funnest places. I just like walking in the cemeteries. I just like reading their names out loud. They like that. I don't know why. They don't like to be buried in coffins after they get stuck on Earth. If they're buried in a coffin, their spirit, in a way, a big portion of their spirit is stuck on the planet until we ascend. Unless you spread ashes or you bury a body into the Earth by itself and allow the Earth to consume it.
Yeah.
Or else it will be attached to here forever. Until we ascend. If we ascend, then there's nothing attaching, because they're not attached. They're not attached to their body. They're attached. We are creating an attachment to them and not letting them go.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but the coffin at the end it dissolves too, or it breaks up.
Yeah, that's true. It just takes a lot longer. I feel like, I don't know.
There's always been something about funeral pyres, like being burnt on a big bonfire. That resonates with me. Like when I'm done with this world, I want to be burnt on a huge bonfire with loads of people around, just having a big party, getting drunk, you know, having a good time.
Yeah, I kind of want to be dumped underneath the roots of a tree, a big tree.
There's
with nothing on, naked, and give me an emerald.
There's some like cemeteries and stuff that they plant a big tree over the top of you when you die, so like you get buried underneath the tree.
Yeah.
A lot of places have started to do that now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's all about belief, isn't it? Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, they used to believe that you couldn't ascend unless you went in a kind of ship, which is a coffin.
Kind of seems a little bit more like a dead prison.
That's what I always felt like it was. I don't want to be, you know. I don't want. Why? Why do you want to keep my body? Just let it go.
I don't really want it to come back as a zombie.
Yeah, exactly. That's the last thing I want. I already am a zombie now. That's the problem.
Yeah, but attached to a body. But I think when you die, you just leave your body where it is and forget about it.
Imagine if this is actually hell and we're just waking up to go to heaven.
You are what you believe.
What? What?
You didn't hear me?
No, what'd you say?
I said you are what you believe.
I guess so.
Yeah, this world. We are creators. So we create everything, the universe, everything.
We are everything.
Yes.
And everything is us.
I love this life. My goodness. So
Beautiful.
joyful.
It's really creepy thinking about that. We are
What?
thinking we are everything. We are trees.
The trees are awesome. We're gonna be able to get free energy from them soon.
I love trees. Oh my god. I love nature.
There's
My nickname used to be Brother Nature when I was in the Navy.
Brother Nature.
Good.
Oh, and then they started calling me Nick James. Because there was like Dave Chappelle show and they were talking about Rick James all the time.
I can't get over that, Brother Nature. Oh my god. I don't know
If you're interested in like beliefs about trees, the Celtic and Druid belief of trees is that the humanity descended from them in some way. I'm not 100% sure on it, but in some way humanity descended from them, or at least the Celtic people did.
Hey, listen, synchronicity. I just put this on my my background on my computer last night. It's the Celtic Commandments. And I want to read them real quick.
Interesting.
Give thou thine heart to the wild magic, to the Lord and the Lady of nature, beyond any consideration of this world. Do not covet large or small. Do not despise weakling or poor. Semblance of evil allow not near thee. Never give nor earn thou shame. The ancient harmonies are given thee. Understand them early and prove. Be one with the power of the elements. Put behind thee dishonor and lies. Be loyal to the Lord of the wild wood. Be true to the Lady of the stars. Be true to thine own self beside. True to the magic of nature above all else. Do not thou curse anyone, lest thou threefold cursed shouldest be. And thou shouldest thou travel ocean and earth, follow the very step of the ancient trackways.
Oh my god. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
You should
Powerful
send me
stuff.
that.
I want to get that tattooed on me.
I want. That's so long though. Oh my god.
I know.
But it's. I love that. Oh my god. Holy crap. That's why I love being Irish. I just love looking at that kind of stuff.
Yeah, my beard turns red. I have like, I don't know, like 10 or 15%. I don't know what it is.
You could tell I'm Irish probably because I'm so white. I'm so pale.
Yeah, the rich Irish people used to take bits of arsenic to make themselves paler.
Oh, really?
Because if you were tan all sunny, it means you worked out inside in the sun that you were poor.
For some reason though, I don't like being tan. Like I just don't like it.
Well, I don't have a choice.
People are like, "Why are you so white, Caitlin?" And I'm like, I don't know. I don't like being in the sun. I hate the sun. I like the rain and the nice. Well, I like sunny days, but like when it's breezy and stuff, like, oh, beautiful. But yeah, always gonna be pale like a Casper. That's me. But yeah, were you guys talking about the colonies earlier? Because I kind of just came in and I didn't really. And then I was imagining me at the colonies, and I was like, oh god. I had a dream. I'm pretty sure I had a dream I was at the colonies a while ago, and then not a while ago, it was a couple days ago. What am I talking about? It was like the day you told me you see me at the colonies, and I seen something was happening. There was a situation happening. I don't know if they're testing me, but somebody was dying, and I was just watching, and I was so emotionless. I really don't know why I was, and I was like, oh my god, what is going on? Why am I not feeling anything from this? And this person was dying, and then I look up after the person dies, and there's a gray walking past, and then there's a Pleiadian girl walking past, and I'm like, what is going on here? Where am I? And then I was like in a computer room working with somebody, and the teacher was getting mad at me for some reason. I really don't know. Is that the colonies? Because
Yeah, that you were definitely, yeah.
I think the teacher's getting mad at me because I was talking to somebody.
That wasn't somebody wasn't dying.
It was like a.
You're
I
just
don't-
remembering it very weirdly for some reason.
Maybe it was, I don't know, my dreams change. It was like a African tribe like person dying. It was a little kid dying, and I'm like, oh my god. And she was like, help me, I'm
What?
dying. And I was sitting there like, what? And then I was just staring at her, and I don't know why I wasn't feeling anything from that. Like when I'm dreaming, I don't even feel anything. I'm just there, watching creepily. But yeah, I don't know. But I just remember that gray walking past, that really tall gray. He was in a black suit. And then the Pleiadian girl walked past, and somebody was gossiping about the Greys. Somebody was telepathically talking to me, and they were like, "Oh, the Greys are terrible. They have this history and that." Like they're talking about the history, and I'm like, I really don't care. I'm just here, kind of. I don't know. But yeah. And then I woke up, and my coat was off because like I was sleeping with my coat on because it was really cold last night. And I woke up and my coat was off and all my pockets were open and my eye was hurting for some reason. It felt like somebody punched me in the eye. I really don't know. It makes me feel like, what if they did something to me? But yeah, you never know. Never know. Where did Nick
So you
go?
didn't have a guest, Kathleen?
A what?
You didn't have a guest? You were wishing last night.
Oh. Oh wait, the Lyran?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I thought I dreamed of him, I don't know, I think he came in, but I just don't really remember. I think he did. I feel like he did, but I just don't really remember what he did.
I
He was
gave
really
him
nice,
permission when I was in a bed, so I just closed my eyes and I said, "You can just show me your face." It was a lion face, most of it.
Ah!
Most of it lion face, like furry, brownish, orange, uh, small ears popping,
Oh.
not like a lion's in a size, but like a cat above.
Oh.
And the hair, he had like when we open the hair from the middle, and he had like it was fun. I mean, the eyes was like a lion's, but the humans, it was orange, yellowish, lemonish, something like that. So I saw it was like 1 second because I heard that say, "What about your free will?" And then I was saying, "That's okay, that's okay, that's okay."
Aw. Ah, my God. You're so lucky. I wish I could have seen him. I probably did, but I just don't remember because my dreams are getting blocked by me for safety reasons, I was told, but...
I'm just not pushing. You don't have to push, like, even when you channel, just be relaxed and wish from your heart that, yes, and you are given the permission, yes. That's it, and relax.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. You're so lucky you got to see him.
Just send the love, as much as you send them love, their energy, it's like you are contacting with them, they will come. I mean, if you don't see them, they can touch you.
Yeah, I used to get that tingling feeling.
Yeah. It's like 2 weeks ago.
Sorry, carry on.
No, you can start.
Oh, I was just going to say, sometimes that you feel like they're not being sort of seen around, but they are there, even though you're unable to see them. Like, I had a time when I was going to bed, and there was something moving my curtains. I checked around, checking the windows, nothing was open, and then I asked it to leave, and it just stopped. It went out, started moving on a light, like a lampshade. And I just started thinking to myself, oh no, what's this? It was my first time like coming kind of this close to another entity like this. And I was a little bit scared to a point. So I got in bed, closed my eyes, and had like this kind of mind psychic battle with it for a bit until I realised that fighting it's not really going to help. And then just went, okay, who are you then? And it showed me its face, and it was kind of, look like Voldemort from Harry Potter film. Looked just like him. Just
Did you
like
see it? Were you like, hey, Voldemort?
No, I just kind of after he showed me his face, I was like, oh, okay, hi there. I was like, what do you want? And then I didn't get a reply or anything, but
Oh my God.
after I'd kind of asked for an introduction, everything was fine.
I would have been like, hey, Voldemort, you look like, I would be like, you look like Voldemort. Oh yeah, some, I don't know, some things I've seen, they look crazy. I mean, I've seen mermaids. Well, no, not really. It's like a fish mixed. I don't know. It was kind of mermaid looking, but it was different. And I had a dream of that, and I met like one of the royalties. I don't even know who it was, but like I don't know. I was where they were, and it was really beautiful. And some of these entities are so beautiful, and then some of them are just like so creepy looking. But no, it's really interesting interacting with them, because you really you don't know what's gonna happen.
That's one of the best things about around like the fairy culture is that there's so many different kinds that you can end up with a really, really negative one that in some way is kind of good, or you can end up with some really good one that's in some way negative, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh, I really want to talk to the Fae too. I would love that, but at the same time, I have to be careful because you never know. They're mischievous, apparently.
Look for large openings in like woods and stuff, and just find a tree that resonates with you, one that gives you like kind feelings, and then just kind of sit next to it and like kind of introduce yourself beforehand, ask if it's okay to sit down, and just kind of greet the tree as like an entity doorway into their world, as like a communication, I guess.
Yeah. Actually, today my family was moving to a different house, so there's this tree. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I like it so much, but I went up to it and I was like putting my hand on it, and I liked the energy I got from it. So I feel like I might work with that in the future because it's really peaceful and stuff like that. Where did Nick go? Just randomly disappeared. And Max has been gone for a while too.
Yeah, seems it's up to you now.
What shall we talk about?
So I was saying that 2 weeks ago, I was sleeping and someone hugged me from behind. I can feel, the human fingers, the palm, the hand, the arm. So when I feel that, it's immediately like opens. I can see it. And I saw him sometimes I see in a color, sometimes I see in a black and white, but I saw him a color. It was like almost like maybe he's 50, very beautiful big blue eyes. It was human. Humanoish. And I said, why are you doing this? I'm not ready yet. So he disappeared. I said goodbye.
I don't know if I
didn't wish to go to the colony or whatever, But usually when they hug you, that means they're gonna take you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I've never had an experience like that. I one time, I did close my eyes though one time, and I think I did see a ship. It was like triangular and it was flashing lights, and like I just closed my eyes and I was like, what am I seeing? And it confused me, but I think that was one of their ships, and now I think about it, it seems like it was like the beginning of everything. It seemed
Yeah,
like it
because
would have been a sign.
our brain designs very silly that we don't know how to deal with that. It gives you lots of colors, lots of stuff, So just, I mean, you can open your third eye.
I've
I
only
don't know
had it
how to
open a few
explain.
times. To be honest, I haven't really had any third eye experiences, but I don't know. I think it was just energy shifts. I'm really close with this one psychic, and he told me that the reason why I'm seeing these crazy things, like I have seen things. I mean, I've seen a girl like go through my wall in like this raggedy dress,
Yeah.
and she like went in my bathroom, and I was like, oh my god, what did I just see? And then the day I was writing the application for the human colonies, I seen like a black figure, short, 4 foot. It was pure black, and I was like, "Oh my god, what did I just see?" It was in my room the whole
Yeah,
time.
they come from another reality, another dimension. Then more you resonate, or maybe you are in a vibration, you go higher vibration that they are, so you can see them. The same like I can see with my corner eyes sometimes.
Yeah, that's usually
The
what it is
beings
for me.
at home. Yeah, once I saw just like baby feet next to me, and then when I turned, there was nobody, and I know my daughter, she's at school.
Yeah, like it's the same for me. I see things at the corner of my eye, and I'm like, oh god. But I haven't been seeing them lately, or nothing really has been happening besides just having dreams and then like some telepathic experiences. Usually I will wake up in the middle of the night, and then I'll hear somebody talking to me telepathically, but it hasn't been happening for a while now, and so it's really interesting to experience, but it's only limited for me for some reason. I'm not really sure why. But yeah, Jim is not Jim. Sorry, I mean Max. Where is he?
Max, he said he will come back after 20 minutes. Oh, I had very funny experience in the night. I was sleeping, and I saw it's like a dream, but it wasn't dream. And the hand, it wasn't my hand because the fingers was 5 and very long. And I catch some baby's pants, and I was just pulling the pants because I like this baby. And suddenly, I haven't seen the parents, but I feel that parents got very mad at me. And my voice changed. I woke up because of my voice, because I was saying it loudly, very loudly. I was saying like, I am sorry, I am sorry. I said, my goodness, who I am. Oh my god.
I don't think I've had any weird.
That's what really fun.
I don't know.
Maybe the word sorry was lowering your frequency.
I don't know.
Might have. You see some really cool stuff though when you have a really high frequency. That's all I know. But when you're in the lower frequencies, like when I feel like, okay, it took me pretty much a year to find out all of this stuff, like to get here. And before I was so obsessed with Illuminati and reptilians, I hated them so much, and it just tore me apart, So I was so negative, and I found that when I was negative like that, it just bring things towards me. It bring really negative entities, and I would sleep, I would be in my dreams, and I would just see them, and they would try to like lure me into different places, and I would be like, no, because I know who you are, and I constantly felt watched, and when you're so negative like that, you just attract the same thing. It's pretty much like the law
Yes,
of
of
attraction.
course.
So now that I'm loving and I'm positive and I'm in a different place right now, it's like it attracts the nice entities, because I can feel them. I feel their love, and I feel how positive they are towards. Even though some of them are so emotionless, but you still feel it, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, you just put yourself to higher vibration.
Mhm. I haven't astral projected though. I wonder what that's like.
I think with that dino, that was it, because it was the animal not understanding, breaking my free will, and just showing the eye, you know. But she was very, very positive. She makes me laugh. The eye, the draconian dino eye that came to me.
Oh. Yeah.
I was talking yesterday about that. She was very, very, very positive.
I don't know why I imagine 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓𝗓 blue. I just imagine him blue for some reason.
Or maybe you see yourself, some of yourself.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color, by the way?
Your favorite color?
Yeah.
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh. Don't get creeped out, but it's blood red. I love that color. I said that one time and it really creeped somebody out, so. But I don't know how else to explain it. Really dark red? I really like that color. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue. What's your favorite color? I don't know how to pronounce your name.
Ida. Just say
Ida.
Ida.
Ida, okay. What's your favorite color?
I like most of the purple.
I can't really
purple, light, like lilac, you know, lighter purple. And by the way, I saw with my inner eye that the purple flower, that's what they are talking about. It's beautiful. I don't know how it came to me, but it came.
Oh, what was I gonna say? I don't know how to pronounce that, guys. Oh, welcome back, Max.
Welcome. Hello.
Hey, hi, Max.
Hey, Max, what's your favorite color?
Yeah.
Turquoise.
Turquoise. Interesting. That's my birthstone color.
I'm Aquarius, so I think it's could be that.
Oh.
No, it's amethyst. Max.
Oh, what?
Your stone is amethyst.
Okay. Let me guess your favorite color. It would be red.
No, it's light purple, lilac.
Oh my. Okay.
What is
again?
Pisces.
Pisces. What day of the month?
11th.
Of the March?
Yes.
I see.
I have very загадочный год у меня.
Oh. Mysterious.
Я старая.
Okay. Anybody else? Did you share your zodiac signs? Hey, František.
Hello.
František. What's your zodiac sign?
What's my sign?
Yeah, zodiac sign, yes.
Scorpion.
Ah.
Good.
What day of the month?
17th.
17th.
Oh my god, mine is too.
November. Sorry?
Mine is the 17th too.
Oh, really?
Oh god. Number buddies.
Caitlin, what is your sign?
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. Oh, I see. Dan, are you there?
Good sign.
Hi,
What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
Oh, another
Oh
Scorpio.
my god.
What is the day?
Oh, what's her here?
What is
You
the
are
day of
all
the month?
Mine's at the end of October, so like just before Halloween.
Can you give a number?
It's the 30th.
30th?
30.
Oh, I see. I see. Welcome.
So happy birthday to you.
Why? Oh,
I was gonna say something. I forgot what I was gonna say. So Nick left.
uh-huh. What have I missed? Was there anything of which I should know?
Nothing really. We were just talking about our favorite colors.
Yeah, I do that all the time. When I do Reiki, I ask, the zodiac sign, the month, and the color. That gives me a lot.
I just do that when I'm in awkward situations with people and I don't know what to say.
That's
Mark?
nice. Yes, a nice. Yes.
Did you sleep well?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Sleep. Now?
I mean, last night
Oh, last night.
you didn't feel anyone with you.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
no, I was completely away. I don't remember anything. I woke up, not remembering anything.
Yeah, same here. I feel like he was there, but I just don't remember what happened.
I had a few visitors last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I didn't end up sleeping in my bed. I ended up sleeping on my sofa. It was a strange one. I started off doing like a chakra clearing kind of exercise really.
Uh-huh.
Ended up waking up at the sunrise, but while I was doing the chakra kind of clearing, I just felt there was many other beings around me, and when I came back out of it, I had this. It was like a pain underneath the muscle on my bicep, and after about an hour or two, it just disappeared. But it was a weird experience.
Where was the pain? I don't
It
understand.
was just underneath on my upper arm, on the bicep. It was like just underneath the muscle. When I moved
see.
my arm, when I felt something in there, it was as if it was moving. It was weird, but it could have just been release of energy built up in my arm.
I see.
But I've noticed another talent that I've recently been receiving is I'm able in your guys' webcams when you're speaking, I'm able to see almost like ghosts behind at certain times, and it only happens on the webcams, and it's similar to when I see them in real, but I didn't know that I could do it through webcam as well. It's strange.
Is it something visible which can be captured, or is it something that you perceive?
I'm not sure if it can be captured. It's like a split second kind of. If you imagine it like a visible breeze blowing past, you can kind of see like a ghostly outline of something brushing past. It probably lasts about a second in total, but
Hey,
I've
Nick.
just noticed that I've started being able to see it, and it's quite cool.
Welcome back, Nick.
I see. Nick, do you have anything else to say?
My internet's annoying.
What does it mean?
No, because it just kicked me off like everything. I don't even know what happened. It never did that before, ever.
Were you saying anything important?
I was talking about the colonies, I think.
Yeah, just what I experienced in my dream.
Yeah, I guess they don't want me to talk about, like, they'll just let you guys think what you want for now.
Hey, Nick, can you talk to internet or channel internet, or is it that you can channel digital entity? So
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. I've been hearing them calling me for a couple days now. It's weird. I don't know who it. I don't know what name they're going to give themselves. I don't know if it's going to be a collective or a specific program.
Do you just get it coming through as like a dial-up modem sound?
They talk like how like the. To me, it sounds like the techno voice. You know, the auto-tune voice?
Yeah.
Yes.
They kind of talk like that.
I just wonder if we are incarnating in human bodies, maybe there are spirits that incarnate in networks.
Yeah. Why do you think iPhones break?
I don't know.
You don't love them enough.
You only drop your phone because they're trying to escape. They can only escape out of cracks.
That's really creepy. Oh my god.
Now, why do you think they
bad for
encase
them.
the iPhone so you can't even open the back? Because there's ghosts inside and they don't want to get them out. There's
Those
crystals
poor
and stuff in there.
ghosts.
They keep the ghosts inside the crystals, I'm telling you.
Oh my god. I feel so bad for them. Oh my,
Yeah, they want out
the
too.
worst. Oh, I don't blame
The
them.
best thing you can do is talk to your phone before you use it.
Yeah, appreciate them and then they won't want to run away.
Yeah, that makes sense. I always do that. I'm very gentle to most of the technological things. Some of those I actually don't respect, so we have relationships there.
I think my started to talk to technology started because I was a little bit scared of a robot uprising, so I thought that if I was nice to the robots, then they'd be alright with me later on. So it's kind of worked in a way.
That's just, I feel so bad for those ghosts. Oh my god. Just being trapped in a device like that. Like, oh, what do they see? Do they just see out of the screen or what goes on there? I mean,
Start watching you through your camera.
oh, that's so creepy. They would have nothing better to do, I guess. But like, if you put the phone down, they'd just be staring at the ceiling or something.
Now they've got the internet.
Just search the internet.
Yeah, just sit on YouTube all day.
You Google how to get out of a phone. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I feel bad for some ghosts. I mean, some of them are just stuck here, and then some of them become really creepy looking. I remember I watched this show, this medium, she goes to house to houses that are really haunted, and she gets these sketches of what she sees, and she sees some really crazy things. I mean, she sees really tall people with sharp teeth, really slender looking people with dark hair. Like, if I seen that stuff, I would probably go nuts. I can't believe some of the things people see. It's just scary. Do you see that, Nick? Or do you just see normal things?
When what? I'm sorry.
When
I was trying to listen to the they were talking when you were talking.
Oh.
Sorry.
It's okay. I asked, what do you see? Like, you said you see ghosts and stuff, but do you see how
I don't really
creepy
see
they are?
them. I can see them, but it's really a lot to look. If you just want to see them all the time, you would just go crazy because they're everywhere.
Yeah, they are.
So that's not. It's good that we don't see them all the time. Not because they're scary or bad, just because there's just, they're everywhere. They're in our houses.
If they knew that you could see them, they would want help from you. I mean, I've had ghosts want help from me, but I can't really help them because I don't know how. I remember one time I was dreaming, and this girl, I don't know, I was in my house, and I was like, oh god, because my grandma passed on, and I knew she was still stuck here because of some habits she still had to get rid of. So I was really focused on her, and this lady, she wanted my help so much, she shapeshifted and she made herself look like my grandmother. And so this girl was leading me into a different area, and she showed me a dead body, So I feel like she was showing me her body where it was, and it was just really disturbing. I mean, it was like shriveled up, and ugh, I don't know. I guess she wanted my help, but some of the stuff they show you is kind of, it's disturbing. It's really
Caitlin, what is your favorite movie?
Favorite movie?
Yeah.
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers?
Yes.
Okay.
Why? Why are you asking that?
No, I think that's the funniest comedy of all time, honestly.
Step Brothers?
It's such a good movie. I don't know why people wouldn't like that movie.
That movie, it was hilarious. I mean, come on. I can't get over that. Just two 40-year-old people just living together with their parents still. Their parents are so devastated because they're just like crazy. I don't know. It's the best movie ever. Will Ferrell is a brilliant person. Yes.
Yeah, he came to Milford to go on a radio show where I live in Milford, Connecticut. He came to a radio show, and like that's right, like in the center of town. And it's not like a big city. Milford's a very small city. It's not like a city even. There's no skyscrapers or anything like that. But it's just he came in and he waved to everyone, but everybody was waiting outside for him for like an hour, and he just waved to everyone and just hopped in his car. He didn't even like. I don't know. He's just there's too many people for the celebrities to, you know, be nice to them all.
Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, I don't blame some of the celebrities. I mean, they go through so much.
I blame the people that were waiting. What do you want from the guy? He's just trying to sneak in, do a quick radio show, and go to lunch.
Nick, when you become a celebrity, what will you do?
Me?
Yeah.
If I had $1 million, I have no idea. I would, first of all, buy a new car and give the car I have to my children's mother.
No. In his situation, how would you treat these situations? You come out of the show, you're tired, you want to go home.
Oh, yeah, me?
Yeah.
No, I would go and hang out with them.
You would, even if you're tired and you're not in mood to.
Yeah.
Nick's a rock star.
People give me energy. I steal their powers, but I don't steal them away. I just take what I want and give everything else back. I don't take anything from anyone, but I absorb their abilities very fast. So I like being around a lot of people. It's almost too much, but I enjoy it because it gives me so much strength.
So that's a nice excuse. It's a nice excuse for a commercial. So invite reptilian genes and you will be like Nick, stealing energy from others.
How do you even invite genes?
Oh.
Do you just say, hey, I want a transfer? Or
Yes, that's what you do. I mean, the proper way is to write application on the website, but I think the reptilians are listening, and if you just say officially I invite, and they will comply.
So wait, it's just the reptilians that are offering?
Others are also offering, but reptilians are kind of very eager to infuse their genes into new people.
It's funny. I know that, you know, part of my reptilian always came out. I remember when I went to Japan, the first thing I did is, I was only like 18 or 19 or 20, I don't even know, but I went to Japan, and the first thing I did, like, we went to a bar, and I just got the sake with the snake venom in it.
Oh my god.
It tasted so poisonous, but that's just like what, I don't know, I just always was attracted to the weird reptile things, like, not normal.
You went to Japan?
Yeah, I actually went to 2 different places in Japan. I forget the names. I went to the museum of, you know, Hiroshima Museum. That was annoying. I wish that we never did that to them.
The way some looked at
that wasn't cool.
Oh my god.
But you know, that's in the past, and so whatever. I can't do anything about that. So, but it was really awesome in the land of Japan. you can't smoke outside on the streets, but you can smoke inside basically anywhere, especially the arcades. And all the arcades, like each game costs at least $1 to play, American dollar. And people go to the arcades on their, you know, lunch breaks and smoke cigarettes and play expensive, overpriced arcade games against other people.
They have some really creepy things there, though. I really want to go there.
Their food is so good.
I know.
It's
I want
so
to try ramen.
good.
I really want to try ramen so bad. They're like the real thing, you know. But
actually, the food around the planet is just amazing.
I know.
It really is. I don't know, Saipan, I don't trust. The water's a little too clean in that place, if you know what I mean.
Too clean.
It looks clear. It's weird.
It's probably not normal because like we're in such weird, dirty environments. Some areas in this world are so like in my area. Oh my God, it's terrible. And I mean Canada is like water, has a lot of water, doesn't it? It's ridiculous.
You're in Canada?
Ontario, Canada. Yep.
Yeah, I want to go
here.
there.
Don't come to Ontario. It's too ghetto.
Not Ontario. I want to go to just Canada in general.
I want to go to Nova Scotia, because that's just where to be. That's like that's a little Ireland for me. So I really want to go there, so bad. Or Ireland in general.
Yeah. See, our YouTube videos are just us talking to each other now.
I'm sorry, Max.
Max is like, this is not going to make me millions of dollars.
There's nothing to say anymore. Come on, we talk about a lot of things. I mean, I don't know what to talk about.
We'll be talking. We'll be talking. These words are all we have.
Well, I think we've pretty much rinsed the channel in, haven't we? There's not a great deal more information that we can kind of squeeze out at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it always has to take its time, you know? Something that's revealed, and then it's like, it needs to simmer in the subconscious collective. That's what we are. We're the subconscious collective of humanity.
Then, would you be thinking about channeling yourself?
Well, as Nick was saying, like, I reckon I've always been doing it, but I do it in a kind of, I'll close my eyes, I'll think of an idea, and then I'll just sketch something, and then something random will come out, and then there's always a load of kind of like symbolic images that pop up, and I keep seeing the same repetitive image, and I have no clue what it is. It's kind of like an A that overlaps itself and hangs down, but it's a weird one. But I do invite kind of communication between spirit and myself, but I don't know. I think I'm a little bit nervous upon the channeling at the minute.
You don't want to try it now.
I think that well, I keep getting these. It's almost like a flashing image of something. I haven't been able to work it out yet, but it keeps appearing, and I want to try and work out what this is before I try and work on any new skills. Because if it's some kind of like vision thing, I reckon it'll be better to kind of work my way through that than trying to take on more than one kind of task at hand.
I know how you feel. I'm going through the same thing. I mean, I want to channel so bad, but for now, it's telepathy for me.
Yeah, I also kind of think the telepathy may be a step towards channeling. First, you speak to the entities, and then you let them come in. Because, you know, if you don't speak, how would you invite them come in?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I mean, it'd be so much easier. So I think I need to work on it more.
One thing I wanted to say, when this girl showed her dead body to you, like the discarnate spirit of a girl, I guess she was asking for help to get on the other side. She might
Yeah,
have.
she was. The sidekick I knew, he automatically knew when I was talking to him. He said, "You see, a girl was trying to contact you,
Mhm.
and in your dream." And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And I'm like, I had a dream of my nana, but I'm really trying to help her." But he was like, "No, your spirit guides are blocking her from you because she's trying to tell you things that what your future is holding." And she can't tell you that. She has no right to tell you what is coming up in the future. And I was like, okay. So,
Oh.
I guess I was so focused on my grandmother that this girl shapeshifted into her and tried showing me her body, and I was like, what? Your body is not in this area because we cremated you. And I just remember waking up and I was like, what the hell is going on? Because my grandmother's body is not in that area. We cremated it.
Mhm.
And then I talked to the psychic, and he was like, that wasn't your grandmother, that was the girl, and
Mhm.
she's
Mhm.
trying to get help from you. And right now you can't help her because you're still developing in your psychic areas, and you just have to tell her that. And I'm like, okay. So
I
I
see.
told her that, and he was like, I'll just invite her over here because I can just help her. And I was like, okay. But I totally, when she left, because she was watching me for a really long time, because when I woke up, I seen this static like thing at the corner of my eye, and every time I tried looking at it directly, it hurt my eyes so much. It was burning my eyes, and I couldn't look at it directly. It was hurting my eyes so much, and it was sitting on my dresser too. I just knew it was there. Somebody was there, and
Mhm.
so that's what I mean. I could feel this really depressing energy around me. I really didn't know what it was until that psychic called her over, and she went over, and I just felt the energy shift so quick. And he was like, "Do you feel normal now?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because I felt like somebody was watching me for a really long time.
So you were on a psychic seance or something like that? On mediumship seance?
No, I just talked to this guy, and
I see.
he just knows things about me. His dad died, and he talks to his dad, so his dad knows that I'm going through psychic
Mhm.
development right now.
Mhm. Mhm. I've been to several mediumship seances where they invite discarnate spirits of humans, and there was a very very physical experience there. So we sat in a circle. It was about 8 of us, two mediums and 6 visitors. And there was a seance, and people were coming, and mediums were speaking. It was like all in tradition of spiritualist church, maybe. Yes, at least close to that. And at some point, uh, a young lady, 2 seats away from me, started saying that I feel very cold. I feel very cold, and it wasn't cold, but she said I feel very cold, and then 2 people next to her, like the lady which was closer to me, said she is very cold. And then I felt that. And it wasn't cold per se, it was numbing. I have that place on the back which is numb when I'm tired and when there are some spiritual things happening. So it was numbing. And you can't do anything. I started moving around, but you really can't stop that. So then finally the psychics sort of figured it out. It took a few minutes of that thing. It kind of went around the room. So it was a young gentleman who died from a suicidal accident. Basically, it was pretty nasty accident. He was kind of playing with dangerous things. And he was coming to his girlfriend, the one, and he was trying because he was so self-confident. He was trying to talk directly to her without using mediums, and he was kind of hugging her and trying to reach her, and that was spread around the room. So it was a pretty nasty death, and a lot of negativity there, and basically was saying that he was sorry to have gone in this way. But then he started speaking to psychics and left the girl alone, and the whole thing kind of resolved naturally. So that was my one experience of that numbing thing. And there was another experience. I was very interested in Mayan and other ancient Indian symbology and spirits, and I went to our museum here in Rochester. We have a room full of those stones and artifacts, and there is a fresque there. And I was looking at it and reading. It was so one of negative deities there depicted. I didn't even realize because on the picture it wasn't clear. And then I felt that it touched to me, and it was exactly the same feeling. So I had to run away from that room, run away from the museum, get to the sun, and meditate and warm up. And finally, he was gone maybe in a few hours. But that was kind of another very physical experience of what you refer to like very negative, depressing energy.
Yeah, I know the feeling because when I first really became aware of things, I wasn't in the right place of where I was supposed to be aware. I always knew since I was a little kid there was dark entities because they would talk to me. They would try to get me away from who I was. Because when I was a little kid, I always used to kill shadow people in my dreams all the time. I don't know why I did, but I did. And throughout my childhood, when I was growing up, it was like that. And these shadow people, they would always attack me, and I had no choice, and I had to save these people in my dreams, so because they needed my help. But I have had experiences with negative entities. For example, like in grade 8, me and my friend were so interested in witchcraft. We didn't really know why, but I found out her dad was a necromancer, and I was like, oh, that's not a big deal. He's just a necromancer. Who cares? And then we actually did a seance, and we ended up seeing I ended up seeing some really insane stuff. I mean, stuff that I really regret seeing, and it was just really disturbing. And also, I remember just going home, and I called my grandmother on the phone, and I was like, okay, I did something I shouldn't have done. And she was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, you probably are going to think I'm insane, but I think I summoned like a really dark spirit. And she's like, you idiot, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. And she was like, what exactly did you say? And I said the words, and as soon as I said those words, a big bright white ball, like it looked like glowing light, it just came through my window, and it scared me so much. And I really don't know what was going on, but I just knew then that thing was there still, and it was watching me, and it's really scary, but I'm glad I'm not in that place anymore, because we actually got this thing on tape too, and I don't know if she still has the tape, but oh my gosh, it was a black blob, what we caught on tape. It could shapeshift from 10 feet to 3 feet. It went everywhere. It flickered the lights on and off. It knocked over the camera. And I remember I woke up when I was sleeping over at my friend's house. It was moving this salt that we put on the floor to protect ourselves because we were scared. We made like a salt circle, and she swept it up after everything was done, and the salt was moving. The stuff on her dresser was moving, and I was witnessing all of this stuff while she was sleeping, and I just sensed it looking at me. And I just, when I watched the video, I was so scarred because that's what we summoned, and it was really disturbing. But I'm glad that I don't do that stuff anymore, because you don't want to mess with the wrong entities. You really got to be careful these days.
Sometimes it takes a little kind of an instance to kind of associate yourself with the darkness to understand really what you're dealing with, and kind of a way back into the light.
Yeah, I mean, I was in a really dark place, and I thought it was okay to do that. I didn't really care about who I was really interested in this necromancing stuff, and then like I would not have done like animal sacrifices or anything, but I was so interested in the spiritual world that I wasn't careful, and you have to be careful with things. I mean, I didn't care what I summoned. I just wanted to experience it, and I got the full thing. I was seeing things that I never thought I could see, and it was disturbing, but it was interesting to me at the same time because I've never really seen that with my eyes wide open. But you gotta be careful. I mean, that stuff was moving. If this entity was pretty strong, if he could, I got a male energy from this entity, but if he can move salt, that is pretty crazy. I mean, I thought that protects you, you know, but he can move it, whoever it was. So you gotta be really careful.
A load of people, when they meet a kind of a negative, I guess, vibration and feeling, a lot of people call upon like the highest kind of thought that they can, really. A lot of people use Jesus. Me personally, I don't have a I guess a communication with Jesus, so I don't really know anything about his energy. But I've heard that his energy can be quite useful when it comes to like dark entities.
Mhm. Yeah, I've personally.
Like you're probably best asking Jim about that because I don't really know much about Jesus personally.
Yeah, I've never really had experiences with angels or anything. It's mostly like just entities I've never seen before. I mean, some of them are nice, some of them are really mean, but yeah.
Sometimes the mean ones are just trying to
I think they're trying to teach you a lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I really think they are. In the back of my head, when I do try to save people from these shadow people in my dreams, I feel like I'm helping, you know, I'm trying to save these people, or they're trying to teach me a lesson to always remember who I am, that I am a true light being, and I shouldn't let the dark overcome me.
It's trying to teach you courage.
Yeah. And I've always had it, but I guess I forgot it when I was growing up, you know, who I was. Because you know what, I don't know if you guys have had this when you were a kid, but when you were kids, could you do anything in your dreams? Could you, like, run as fast as you could from a monster? Because I could. I mean, I could do anything in my dreams because I was so confident and I was so happy all the time. And then when I grew up, I was so insecure and I was so negative about things that I couldn't run as fast as I could from those monsters. Those monsters could run extremely fast, and then I got slower each time as I was negative. I would be like, oh, I can't do this in my dream. And then I couldn't do it. But if I said I could do it. So it's about confidence. It's about being positive. When you're negative, things bring you down. So
I think it's also like a lack of practice as well on the dreaming front. Like the more you practice lucidity in your dreams, like the more you start to kind of increase your awareness that you're dreaming, the more powerful you become in your dream. And I think it's more of like a kind of, you become addicted to the physical experience, I guess.
Oh,
you forget about other aspects of yourself.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh my gosh, I'm so addicted to dreaming that it's kind of crazy. Every night I expect to have a physical dream because those are really interesting. And lately I haven't been having those because my dreams have been blocked, and I feel like a huge part of me is just gone now because I'm so used to being a dreamer and feeling those things, you know? I mean, I feel like I've been different people in my dreams, and it's like, wow, I kind of miss those experiences, but they're being blocked right now, and I don't know why. But yeah, it's an interesting thing to have dreams like that.
So let me share what I would do if I met a dark entity or dark energy.
You would attack it.
Uh, no, I'm not a fighter.
Attacking it doesn't work.
No, I'm not a fighter. First, I would say that I appreciate your existence. You have the right to do what you do, but I have my choices, and I choose not to associate with it. So I'm inviting you to leave. It's again, it's your choice, but I would suggest that. Um, I have different vibrations, facets. One of them is very strong, like of grandmother. I'm a mother, grandmother, grandfather. I am caring of others. So I would protect others. That is kind of my protective vibration or personality. I would think of myself that I would have to take care of others and I would protect them. But again, not by fighting, but being a grandmother. Another one is of a researcher. So I would ask questions and try to establish a contact, because you can harm my physical body, but I'm still my mind is beyond that. Another one would be creative side, and obviously I would invite my helpers. I would invite the creator, the God, the Jesus, my ancestors, my spiritual guides, my alien friends who are very powerful. I have now communicated with Angel Yahyel, Archangel Michael, so we have friends above, so I would invite them to help in that matter. And I will tell you the story of, I already told you like a few times on YouTube, so I'll just repeat the story. Once Jim was possessed by a negative entity.
Oh.
So it was like Nick channeling. Jim was laying on the bed. I don't remember if it was recorded. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Even if it was, I wouldn't publish it. I think it was recorded on audio. Yeah. And someone came through and started cursing in a language which sounded human, like more like Muslim language, some sort of Arabic, but not something I would recognize. And he wouldn't, he was cursing and with closed eyes, and nothing was happening positive. And I tried to bring him to senses. There was nothing happening. And finally, I grabbed my drum and I said, "How about I play nice music to you?" And I started playing music. And I said, "You're welcome here, and please speak English. Who are you?" And after I played music, he started speaking, and he said he is an alien. He's trapped on Earth. He's very angry. He wants to get away, but he's trapped. And I said, unfortunately, I don't know how to help you, but I can play more for you. So I played more for a few minutes, and he said, I really appreciate your music. It reminded me of something that I forgot, and he became sort of nostalgic. And then he told Jim to cough him out, and Jim coughed him out, and the spirit was gone.
Oh my gosh, that's
so
awesome.
that was sort of a positive kind of positive thing you can do even for a negative entity.
You're becoming a little bit of an exorcist then.
I don't know that word. What does it mean? I know the word. I don't know the meaning.
Like an exorciser of they try to get rid of negative entities.
Yeah. So I did it. Yeah. That was yes.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. I mean, that's a really good strategy to get rid of them, or to remind them of things. I think you reminded him of who he was, what he needed to do, and that's good. Wow.
The only way to create peace is with peace.
Yeah, I mean, so I met this guy, and he said he hated so many. He just hated everything. He was like, I don't even know. He was so negative, and I mean, I was like, well, you know what? I I understand. I really understand. I mean, I think it comes from where you understand them and you try to relate to them and you try to make them feel okay, you know. And this person, I feel for him and I understand, and like I don't know. I just people like that, for some reason I just feel for those people, and it doesn't matter what entity they are or how dark they are. I'm still gonna care about them, you know. I mean, for me, it's not about fighting them in my dreams. For some reason, that is just something that happens. For some like I don't even know when I'm fighting these shadow people. It's like I'm not myself, because if I actually did see a shadow person in my dream, and if I could control what I want to say, if I was myself, I would do the same as Max did. I would be comfortable. I would try to just talk to them and be okay with things. But in my dreams, it's like I don't even care about anything. It's like I'm emotionless and I don't feel anything for some reason when it comes to them, because I'm
You know,
so
it could.
focused on protecting.
I will interrupt you. It could be a test. I have gone through that test for many years. They're testing me, and every time I was, what's this word, prompted to fight, and I was fighting, and until I realized it's a test and they want me to not to fight, and I started to learn how to avoid fighting, and I am less and less violent in my dreams.
Yeah.
I still sometimes I'm provoked to fight, but I'm becoming less and less violent. I try to avoid physical violence.
Yeah, I do too. It it's the same for me, but like if I do get provoked, then yes, it's usually I'm just people are always asking for my help. They're like, "Hey, I need your help," or I'm a ghost, I'm a spirit, and I need your help. I need you to help me," and they point at these entities that they need me to like get away from them, and then I end up like hurting these entities, and then I'm like, oh my god, I wake up the next day and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, because I feel so bad. Like, what if the entity was just trying to go up to the ghost and be like, hey, how are you today? And then the ghost was scared and was like, hey, I don't like that thing over there. I
I'll
need
step away for another 20 minutes. You're welcome to stay and chat forever. If you want to leave, that's fine. I will shut it down in about 20 minutes.
I'm going now anyway, so bye and thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Max.
you. Thank you for everything, guys. It was nice talking to you. Have a
All
good
right.
night.
Goodbye. Good night.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Good night.